And good evening, everybody, and welcome to James Holliford Stadium here in the shadows of Stone Mountain in DeKalb County for tonight's ITG Next Game of the Week between the Sandy Creek Patriots and the Cedar Grove Saints. Of course, I don't have to tell most of you, you probably are fully aware, this is a rematch of last year's Class 3A state championship game. The controversial game that it was, that of course saw Sandy Creek come out on top 21-17, but not without controversy. And again, a lot has been made of that. The play that was the touchdown that was not, of course, and that one play really became the catalyst for the GHSA adopting instant replay. But that was then. There's been a lot that's happened since then as these two teams have put that game in the rearview mirror in preparation for tonight's game. Here tonight, high atop James Holliford Stadium is where we are positioned and where you guys will be watching the game.
On the 42nd clock, Rolanda Green.
So a little bit about these two teams. Sandy Creek 6-2 on the year. Of course, the defending Class AAA state champions. They're 1-0 in Region 5 AAA, as is Cedar Grove at 1-0 in 5 AAA. However, Cedar Grove 3-5 on the season overall, and it's not been your typical Cedar Grove season. That is the type of dominant defense that we've always known the Saints for. But make no mistake, if you think that Cedar Grove at 3-5 is not a contender to return to the state championship game, you would be sadly mistaken. They are still chock full of big-time athletes, and you're going to see them on display tonight here in our ITG Next Game of the Week. Brought to you by our friends at Baker Sports and our friends at Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance, which we'll be hearing a lot about tonight as we go through tonight's live stream. As always, we want to know where you guys are checking us out from. Cole Moore is tuned in. What's up, Phil? What's up, Cole Moore? What's up, brother? Waylon Polk is checking us out from St. Louis, Missouri. I love it. So let me know where you're watching the game from. Let me know who your favorite team is. Let me know who you're pulling for. And, again, this is kind of what we do. We love the commentary all throughout the broadcast. I'll chat it up with you guys tonight. Let me know what you think about the game as we go forward. It's a cool night. It's only going to get cooler up here in DeKalb County. And finally, about time is what me and Mr. Producer Sean Perry giving me the thumbs up. It's never too cold for him. But I'll tell you this, I don't mind it getting much colder either. It can go ahead and drop down a little bit because, man, we have had some hot games this year, scorching press boxes that we have been in. But that's not the case tonight. We are high atop Holliford Stadium here on the home side, expecting a big one here tonight in this, again, GHSA Class 3A matchup, the rematch of last year's state championship game, and a matchup of two of the state's best teams, irregardless of classification. Waylon says, I used to live in Leesburg, Georgia. Waylon, I don't know if I even knew that or not. But anyway, I want to chat it up with you guys as we go throughout tonight's live stream. ITG Next all over the place next week. Going to be bringing you a big Region 1 7A matchup between Richmond Hill and the Lowndes High Vikings. That one could be important for playoff seeding. Again, we got a lot of games happening tonight, including this one that's going to be important for playoff seeding as well. A little bit about Cedar Grove. Again, I told you, forget about the record. It's 3-5, but listen, John Adams in his third season, one of the classiest men I have ever met. After that debacle of a state championship game last year, and guys, call it what you will. Everyone knows now that Sandy Creek's quarterback came up short on what was a called touchdown. I mean, anybody could see that, but did John Adams complain? No, he took it in stride, said, you know what, that's the way it goes. We'll have to come back and get him next year. That's just the kind of guy he is. Quality as they come. He's in his third season leading the Saints this year. And like I said, a crazy year. You're used to the dominant defense from the Saints, but that has not been the case this year. They're averaging over 35 or giving up an average of 35 points per game. Of course, they're scoring about that same amount. So what does that tell you? It tells you they're going to score a lot and could well give up a lot. Man, you look at the athletes for Cedar Grove. E.J. Colson, the quarterback, a junior, committed to University of Central Florida. Bo Walker, the junior running back, committed to the University of Georgia. The sophomore wide receiver, Devin Carter, committed to Florida State University. Athlete, Jakir Horton, committed to Western Kentucky. And it goes on and on and on. Kyle Mosley, senior defensive lineman, University of Alabama, Birmingham. Boy, they got some great corners. They got a great secondary. And, again, they got a lot of great players. Now, on the other side, Sandy Creek, not too bad themselves. We're going to hear a lot tonight from Amari Latimer. He is the sophomore running back, averaging 123 yards rushing per game, and he also is a force to be reckoned with on the defensive side of the ball. So he is going to be all over the field. Tonight he has 15 touchdowns on the year from his running back spot, but he also gets it done for his linebacker spot. Defensive end for Sandy Creek, Evan Harvey. 10 sacks already on the year. You want to talk about a sack master. He is it. Harvey coming into tonight's game with 10 sacks already. Sandy Creek wins over Noonan to start the year. They follow that up with a win over Greenwood, South Carolina. Followed that up with a win over Alexander from Douglas County. Then they lost to East Coweta in a bad one, 31-14. East Coweta is where we were a couple of weeks ago, calling the East Coweta-Cartersville game. But Sandy Creek was able to rebound from that loss with a win over Collins Hill. They finished that up with a win over Jackson. Then they lost to Class 5A, Harris County, 28-19, before coming back with a big win last week over Carver, Atlanta, 20-15. For Cedar Grove, what a crazy year it's been. They started off the year with a win over the powerful Dutchtown team, 34-33. Then they went to the Broward County Classic down in Fort Lauderdale and lost 50-42 to the Monarch Lions down there, 50-42 in Fort Lauderdale. And that was kind of the thing, the first game that kind of made you think, wow, didn't see that one coming. They followed that up with a loss against Westlake, 46-41. So you see there, a loss by 5 points, a loss by 7 points, a win by 1 point. They defeated Collins Hill by 11 points, 37-26. Then lost 3 games in a row to Mill Creek, Colquitt County, and Carver Montgomery. But listen, there's a lot of people that have been in that company. 3 powerhouse teams. The loss to Mill Creek, 56-35. The loss to Colquitt, 50-42. In a game that Cedar Grove was way behind, like 29-0 or something, and they come storming back and made a game out of it. But then they lost the game at Carver Montgomery, 13-9 out of Alabama. That was one that kind of got a lot of people's attention, a low-scoring affair, a rare low-scoring affair for Cedar Grove. And then last week, Cedar Grove coming off a big 41-0 win over the Douglas Astros, located down off of MLK Boulevard there in Atlanta. So that's where we are coming into tonight's game here at Halliford Stadium. This is the largest high school stadium in the state of Georgia. It seats a touch over 15,000. And, brother, let me tell you, you got to get you a compass from when you start from down at ground level, toting the equipment up here, or you'll get lost. I mean, this thing is massive. And I promise you, it holds every bit of the 15,000, and I'm sure they can squeeze a few more in here. Just a massive, gigantic stadium, the site of tonight's game. This is about my third game I've called here. I called a Tift County MLK playoff game here a few years back, an exciting affair. My brother Obadiah Farley, Thomas County Central's #1 fan, is checking in. Obadiah, what's up, my friend? Glad you are aboard for tonight's game. Danny Jones says this game will come down to who has the football last.
Now for your home Saints.
Glad to see our friends at GW Carver Tigers football watching. We brought you Carver last week as they came back with a strong second half against the Crisp County Cougars and would defeat Crisp again in that one with a big second half affair, 24-7. Kenneth Hurst is checking out tonight's game. What's up, Kenneth? Guys, I'm sure you've probably heard by now the news, the shocking news coming out of GHSA offices this afternoon. Me and Sean were on our way up here when we got the call and from several people reaching out to me, asking or notifying me, my buddy Dr. Mike McCartney, the voice of the Cook High Hornets, first one to reach out, about Cook High being penalized for allegedly using an ineligible player. And unless they can come up with some kind of miracle appeal, and it doesn't look like that's going to happen, Cook is going to be forced to forfeit every win that they've had this year. And that is a shame. Now, there's a lot going on with that story. I had a chance to talk with Cook Athletic Director Paul Dobson on the way up here. And we talked about this, and he, again, didn't have a lot of time to talk to me, but said, they're going to try to see if they can appeal, but it looks like it may be final. So, again, I'm going to follow up. We'll give you the full story. Be sure to check things out here at ITG Next, as I'll talk more with Paul Dobson and see if we can get the GHSA side of things. I'm sure, though, that they're going to be pretty much cut and dry. It is what it is. Apparently had a player move in before the season. It was, according to Paul Dobson, it was cleared through the GHSA before the start of the season, but apparently there was some kind of miscommunication, some kind of mishap, some kind of paperwork or whatever that didn't get taken care of. And the bottom line is that Cook is going to, unfortunately, be forced to forfeit every win that they've had, and that is costly because Cook and Fitzgerald were going to battle for the region championship, providing that both those teams win tonight, and they are favored to win. So, again, it is a shame. Now, Cook can save face somewhat. They can still make the playoffs. Obviously, not going to go in as the region champ, but Cook's going to have to win out. They're going to have to get some help from other teams losing. I think that's Worth is going to have to lose out. Cook's going to have to win out. And if that happens, Cook can somehow manage to get into the playoffs as the number 4 seed. But, again, they're going to have a lot of help. So a shame that it comes down to a technicality that cost Cook a great season. And, again, be sure to keep it right here at ITG Next as we move forward and give you more information on what's going on with the situation there at Cook. Pedro Senor says, I hope they can win out. Me too. He says, I feel bad for the kids who worked hard for Cook to get them into playoff contention. Yeah, you hate to see stuff like that, guys. It really is a shame, but it is what it is. So, we are set to go. Both teams have made their way onto the field, and we're getting ready for this big Class AAA battle between Sandy Creek and Cedar Grove. So let's strap it up and get ready for some great high school football as part of the ITG Next Game of the Week. Cedar Grove going to be decked out in their beautiful. Both these teams, I'll tell you, both these teams are decked out, let me tell you, with their uniforms, man. I love them. Cedar Grove in the all black with the powder light blue numbers. The black helmets with the powder blue insignia on the side. And then you got Sandy Creek, all American looking red, white with a touch of dark blue. White pants, white tops, the white helmet with the red and dark blue stripe. Or is that black? It's dark, I can tell you that. Can't really tell. Black, what is it? It is blue? Okay. I thought it was dark blue too. We're going to see Sandy Creek receive the football. And again, guys, you want to talk about some athletes. Man, you're going to see them tonight on both sides. And we are excited to be here, to be bringing you this one tonight here at James Halliburton Stadium. Brian Sandlin says, thanks for the game. I'm glad that we can bring it to you. Here we go. Cedar Grove got to kick it off, and we are underway here at James Halliburton Stadium.
Patriots will start on their own 45-yard line.
Here's Sandy Creek now going to go on offense from their own 45. Good starting field position after the short kick. So again, guys, you're going to hear a lot of the name Amari Latimer, the running back. He also is a defensive standout for Sandy Creek, who's going to start with 3 receivers here to the near side, 1 on the far side. Is Dalen Pinson, the quarterback. Now they love to run the football. Pinson likes to run it. Latimer likes to run it. I told you Latimer averaging about 124 yards per game. And there's Pinson, sure enough, going to be a quarterback keeper trying to go around the right side. Going to be a penalty flag on Cedar Grove. I think we're either going to get a face mask or a horse collar on Cedar Grove to start things off tonight. Lee County North Side. Waylon Polk says, I want an update on that one. Camden Valdosta tonight got some good ones. Again, any scores, we would love to have you guys pass them along to us tonight. They're talking it over right in front of Coach. Wow. Okay, we got 2 penalties. So 2 penalties. I did not see the holding call, but they're going to get a holding on Sandy Creek and that personal foul on Cedar Grove. That's the only one that I did see. But, guys, we've got 2 penalties, so they're going to offset.
Offsetting penalties.
So let's play it again. I was mentioning the fact they were right there in front of Coach Smiley, right in front of the Sandy Creek bench. Here we go. Benson in the gun, 3 receivers, near side, 1 on the far side. There's Latimer taking it to midfield for about 5. Just underway here at James Halliburton Stadium. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know where you guys are checking out the game from. Let me know who your team is. If your team is off tonight, who you think is going to win tonight in this big matchup of 2 Class 3A powerhouses. And again, it is a rematch of last year's Class 3A state title game that went to Sandy Creek 21-17. Sandy Creek, defending state champions, up and ready to go now. Second down. Pinson, going to be an option pitch to Latimer. Trying to get here to the corner. He will. 45, knocked out of bounds at about the 41.
Carry number 2, Latimer. On the stop for the Saints, number 51.
The tackle made that time by number 51, Chase Kearns. Defensive lineman got out of there on the corner to make the tackle. It's enough for the first down, so move the chains. Sandy Creek
First down, Patriots.
has the first down on the Cedar Grove side of the 50. They're at the Saints 42. We're just underway. ITG next game of the week. Thanks for being here with us tonight, guys. We've got a great perch high atop Halliford Stadium. Pinson looks. Now he's going to take off right up the middle. He's got running room. Going to take it to the 32. Right at enough for the first down.
On the carry, that's number 7, Dylan Pinson.
It's like they're going to bring him up maybe.
First down.
Well, yeah, there you go. I was going to say they had it marked second down, but he was right at the first down marker. Now they'll flip it over and say first down. So he needed 10. He got 10. Sandy Creek marching it down the field. And, again, it's not something you're used to seeing. That is teams moving the ball against this normally very stone-faced Cedar Grove defense. Quick toss out here to Latimer in the flats. He's got it, but here comes that Cedar Grove defense. And just as I mentioned, they've been struggling a little bit this year. Not on that play. They're going to bring Latimer down for a loss of about 6. Actually lose about 7. So they're going to bring up second down and 17. We're just underway. Clock just now under 10 minutes. We're up here in the shadow of Stone Mountain, high in northeast Georgia. Probably can hear the wind whipping in my microphone. Pinson gonna hand it to Latimer. Gonna drive. Boy, he's a great-looking back.
On the carry, number 2, Latimer.
Get it for about 4 or 5. Taking it back close to the original line of scrimmage. We'll give him about 6. Going to bring up third, and we'll call it 11 needed for the first. 9:23, 9:22, 9:21. Clock runs in the first quarter. Just underway, no score. Sandy Creek with a third down and about 10 and a half.
11.
They've got it at the Cedar Grove 34. 3 receivers near side, 1 on the far side, 1 back. That's Latimer off the right hip of Pinson, who looks right, now comes back left on a screen play. Receiver able to catch it, but he immediately falls down. It was complete to Jace Ferguson, but he immediately went down after the catch. And that's where it's going to be fourth down for Sandy Creek. So what has been a promising drive is going to go for naught and going to stop right there. We got a sideline warning. Sandy Creek, it's like they're going to go for it.
Fourth down.
So fourth down, 12 yards needed for the first. I don't think they're going to get this one all. 5, 4, 3, 2 on the play clock, 1.
Timeout, Patriots.
And Sandy Creek was not going to be able to get that one off, and they have to take a timeout. That'll give us a chance to take our first timeout of the night and tell you about our friends at Baker Sports. Baker Sports, proud to partner with ITG Next to bring you tonight's game between Cedar Grove and Sandy Creek. Let Baker Sports take care of all of your sporting good needs, whether it's a weekend warriors, your cheerleaders in the family, your team sports needs, whatever. Let Baker Sports take care of all of your sporting good needs. Give them a call at 904-388-8126. That's 904-388-8126. We'll be telling you more about both of our sponsors as we go forward tonight, in addition to Baker's Sporting Goods. Also, our friends at Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance. All right, here we go. Fourth down coming out of the timeout. It's fourth and about 12 needed for the first. Pinson still looking over at the sideline. Now we're ready to go. Fourth down, 4th and 12. Let's see what Sandy Creek does here. Latimer in motion. Pinson going to throw it out to him in the flats, but he's immediately tackled. What a big hit! Oh! My goodness.
Saints will take over on down.
Get the tag number of that freight truck that came in. Nicholas Hill. Great day. What a shot. That's textbook right there. What a great play on Latimer, who had caught it out in the flats, but immediately Nicholas Hill came up and made the tackle on him on a textbook tackle. So the ball's going to go over on down. Sandy Creek, a nice drive to start the game, but it's going to stop right there. And now Cedar Grove going to go on offense. Play action, throw across the middle on a quick slant, complete.
Reception for the first down. That's number 2.
Up to the 49, it's complete to Malachi Miller, an athlete. They got a lot of them to Cedar Grove. Both these teams filled with athletes. Of course, Latimer, the brother of Gamir Latimer, who lined up in everywhere on the field last year for Sandy Creek, a big reason for their state championship. Quarterback, running back. What a playmaker he is, and his brother's not bad either. So 1st and 10, Cedar Grove, still on their own side of the 50, but not by much. They got it 1st and 10 at their own 48. Colson, the quarterback, going to hand it off. No running room, and now he's going to have to direct his field. There he goes. Look out. 40, 35, 30, 25, 20. I think they're going to push him out of bounds at the 2-yard line. What a run by Bo Walker. Bo Walker, University of Georgia commit. And you could see why. Walker started here to the right. It looked like Sandy Creek was going to bottle him up, but he was able to get away from a couple of would-be tacklers. He reversed his field, and once he got to the corner, he was off to the races.
The ball will be located on the Patriots.
That's a 50-yard run, and it's going to give Cedar Grove 1st and goal to go at the Patriot 5. Colson going to give it to number 4, Nick Hill, who takes it in for the touchdown.
Number 4, Quincy Edwards.
So 5-yard touchdown run gives Colson and his Saints the early lead, 6-0. And now here's the point after attempt coming up by Alex Brock.
Alex Brock.
Not sure what they're doing here. So I think they're missing a man, and they may have to burn a timeout here. All right, here we go. Here's the snap, the hold. Brock's kick is up, and the kick is good.
Extra point is good. Count it.
So a big run from Nick Hill has given Cedar Grove, and it comes off a 50-yard run from Bo Walker. And that has given Cedar Grove the early lead, 7-0 here at James Halliford Stadium in Clarkston, Georgia. You're watching the ITG Next Game of the Week. We bring you a game from around the state every Friday night. Next week, going to be in Richmond Hill, Georgia, going over to the coast to bring you a big 1-7A matchup between the Lowndes High Vikings and the Richmond Hill Wildcats. In a couple of weeks, going to bring you the Rome Wolves.
Kicking off with the Saints, number 40, Alex Walker.
So we've got a couple of good ones left in this regular season
Patriots, number 6.
lineup of games that we've been bringing you all year long. We have had some great games this year, and we've still got some left, including this one.
Brock, number 40, Alex Brock.
7-0 right now, but a lot of football left to be played. So Sandy Creek took the opening kick, had a nice drive, but turned it over on downs. And you guys may not can see, but here on the home side, we have a huge crowd that is assembled here right below us. It's not to capacity, but it would take a lot to get this baby to capacity. Biggest high school football stadium in the state of Georgia. Big thanks to Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance. Guys, if you're looking for auto insurance, life insurance, health, renter's insurance available, whatever you're looking for, Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance can take care of all of your insurance needs. Here's another short kick. Sandy Creek going to take it, and they're going to wind up with good field position on the Cedar Grove side of the 50. Oh, ball still on the ground. Look out. Wait a minute. What do we got? Got a penalty flag going to be thrown. Let's see what comes out of this. Let's see what happens. I thought the man had already been brought down, but it was still a live ball. And we're going to wait on the white hat to give us an indication of what's going on here. I mean, there is yellow handkerchiefs all over the place. I think if they had one, they threw it. Dead ball. Unsportsmanlike.
Personal foul, Patriots.
On Sandy Creek. Personal foul is called on Sandy Creek. So let's see them sort this thing out, and we'll see where the ball is going to be spotted. So we've talked a lot about this on our Game of the Week. We've seen a lot of these squib kicks, these short kicks, and I get it. Teams do it for a different reason, mainly to try to avoid the big kickoff return. But, man, you know, the thing is you kick these short kicks, and teams wind up with great field position. And obviously you have a short field for which to drive. You know, instead of going 80 yards, now you only have to go 50 or 60. And, of course, now in this case, once they sort this one out, which they do, Sandy Creek is going to take over as they mark off the penalty from their own 37, it looks like. So the only reason they don't come up with better field position is because of their penalty. Otherwise, they would have had it up around midfield. All right, so here we go. Sandy Creek with their second offensive possession of the night. We're 7-0. Cedar Grove leads it. Bo Walker had a big 50-yard run, and then Nick Hill was able to follow that up with a touchdown from 5 yards out, and that's where we are, 7-0. But here's Sandy Creek. We saw they can move the ball, and they moved it quite well on their first offensive possession of the night. Finally getting some football-type weather. Finally. And it feels great. Bunch set receivers. Latimer comes out of there in motion. Pinson going to roll, going to throw. Almost intercepted. Latimer had it. It went through his hands.
That pass is incomplete.
Then it was
down.
almost intercepted by number 21, Joe Slaughter. He's not able to hang on to it either. Waylon Polk tells us Lee County up 14-0 on Northside, Warner Robins. Thanks for that one. Here's Sandy Creek now up to the line after the incomplete pass from Pinson. Second down, 10, Sandy Creek from their own 37. They trail it 7-0. Two receivers near side, one on the far side. Now man in motion. Going to give it to Latimer. Look at him go. Man, he's a talented back. He puts his head down and just bowls over a couple of Saints.
On the carry, that's number 2, Amari.
I told you before the game we'd be calling his name and number a lot tonight, and we are, and already have. He's averaging over 124 yards rushing a game. Now, you also see him on defense. So he very seldom comes off the field. Jameer Latimer's brother. Third down and about a yard. Big play here for the Patriots. Pinson. Another option play. He'll keep it this time. Right side. Gets around the corner. Finally shoved out of bounds
On the
around the
carry for the first down,
40-yard
number
lines. They'll
7.
mark him out at the 41.
Dylan Pinson.
What a good-looking play that was from Dalen Pinson. I also told you before the game that Sandy Creek, funny, even though they line up in these 3 and 4 wide receiver sets, they don't throw it a whole lot. They'll run it mostly out of those sets, either Pinson or Latimer, and that's been the case tonight. So it's a new set of downs. 1st and 10, Sandy Creek. Here they are on their second offensive possession of the night, and just like their first possession, they're on the move. Stacked receivers on either side now. Pinson going to fake it to Latimer. He's going to throw it downfield. Nobody there. He just got rid of it.
Pass is incomplete.
A penalty flag is down. Check the call. What do we got? You got to figure it's going to be a hold. Man, they had all kind of pressure.
Holding.
And that's what it is. It's going to be a hold on Sandy Creek. Boy, Pinson had all kind of pressure. He just was able to get away from it and was just able to get rid of it. So after the penalty, we'll replay first now. Now the ball on Sandy Creek's side of the 50 at their own 48. Pinson going to take and hand it to Latimer, who will bowl forward for a couple, and that's about it.
On the carry, that's number 2.
Takes it right to the 50. So Sandy Creek
On top of the Saints, number 52.
have got it right at midfield now. 2nd down and long. 6:24 and counting to go in the first quarter. Cedar Grove leads it 7-0. Thanks so much for being a part of our ITG Next Game of the Week. Let me know where you guys are checking out the game from. Let me know who you are that are checking out the game. Love to hear from you. Trip receivers here to the near side. 2 receivers far side. Empty backfield with 5 receivers set this time. The first look we've seen from that Sandy Creek tonight. Pinson going to step up, going to be sacked. Oh, no.
Stop for the Saints. That's number 51.
Take your pick.
Chase Kern.
51. Chase Kern. 54. Kyle Mosley.
3rd down and long.
All of them big-time players that you're going to be hearing about and watching on Saturdays. Guys, I'm telling you, almost every one of these Cedar Grove starters have already got offers. They've committed, or they're going to get offers. What a talented bunch Coach John Adams has.
Timeout.
So
Patriots.
timeout, Sandy Creek. They want to talk about
Patriots
this
have 1 remaining timeout
with
in the first
5:11
half.
to go in the first quarter. That'll give us a chance to tell you about our friends at Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance. Do you need insurance? Well, the good news is Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance has got an agent near you. All you got to do is go to their website, www.gfbinsurance.com. You see it on your screen. Go to the website, find the city and agent nearest you, and give them a call for a quote. Alexander Smith Jr. is watching us from Statesboro. What's up, Alexander? That's what I'm talking about. Want to hear where you guys are checking out the game from tonight. We are here in DeKalb County, high atop Halliford Stadium, largest football stadium in the state. Watching a great one tonight. It's a rematch of last year's Class 3A state championship game. And it's 3rd down and 25 coming out of the timeout. Latimer drops, sacked. Quarterback sack. That time coming up with Keith Bass, the linebacker.
On the stop of the Saints, that's 27. Jay Norn. 4th down.
David Ray is watching from Brazil. I love it. Power of the internet. Markel Stevens, Big Grove alumni in the building from Columbus, Georgia.
Offside Saints.
I love it, guys. Let me hear you. Let me hear from you guys. I love that. Well, that's the beauty of what we do, streaming these games, and no matter where you are, if you have access to the internet in whatever device you have, you can watch high school football. ITG Next, proud to be bringing you ITG Next Game of the Week. So 4th and Athens, as Sandy Creek going to have to punt this one away. And you can hear the Sandy Creek sideline all the way up here.
Offside Saints.
So an offsides on Cedar Grove. So we're getting a little sloppy here. Another stoppage in play. Guys, want to remind you, if you love high school football, be sure to subscribe to our newsletter. ITG Next Georgia sends out 2 newsletters to your email inbox every week. You'll love the rankings. I don't know, you may not love them if I don't have your team ranked. Yours truly puts together the top 25 for classes 4A through 7A and 1 for class A through 3A. Also, my pick 6, I'll share the pick 6 games that I have for tonight with you, including this game, as well as 5 others around the state tonight. I'll tell you who I've got and who I've got the scores for. All right, here's the punting situation now for Sandy Creek. High kick, nice punt. Fair catch, called for and taken at the 24. Malachi Miller on the fair catch. So we're still 7-0. So Sandy Creek, I've got to tell you, they've looked very promising on their 2 offensive possessions, but both have ended with Sandy Creek having to give it over to Cedar Grove. So 7-0, Saints lead it, 4:24 to go in the opening quarter. And we're going to see Cedar Grove now go back on offense. E.J. Colson, man, what a player. Pump fakes. Look, Colson going to sail it long downfield. Overshot his receiver.
Pass is incomplete.
Pass intended for Malachi Miller. Marcavius Clark says, I'm watching from Columbus, and honestly, I think Cedar Grove is still the team to beat in 3A. He's asking Marquell Stevens, what do you think, Markel? Alex Thornton checking out tonight's game from Smithville, Georgia. I mentioned David Ray checking us out from Brazil. I love it. Let me know where you're watching the game from tonight, guys. Colson going to hand it off to Bo Walker, and he's going to get stopped right away. Big Cedar Grove crowd here on the home side. Huge crowd. In the house tonight here at Halliford Stadium to watch this one. Sandy Creek has brought a few people over on the far side. Clock continues to run now. 3:44, 3:43, 3:42 and counting to go in the first. 3rd and long for Cedar Grove. Colson wants to throw across the middle. He's got a man open, complete. He hit him right in the numbers.
Got a correction on a number. That's
wow.
Number 2, Devin Carter.
All right, so I was given a couple of rosters today from Coach Adams. He sent me the black shirt roster, which is what I'm going by, but apparently we've got some mix-up in some of the names and the numbers. So number 2, I'm told, is Devin Carter. So we'll try to see if we can get a correction on these names and numbers. We apologize for that. Well, what a play that was, though. First down. I do know it's E.J. Colson at quarterback, and he's going to keep it, and he's going to slide down like a smart quarterback does. E.J.'s got a lot of playing time ahead of him in his future. E.J. says, I'm just going to take a slide. E.J. Colson is committed to the University of Central Florida. I mentioned Bo Walker. Man, they just got players all over the place. I mentioned Devin Carter, Florida State University. Commit. Long throw, complete.
That's number 2.
It's a touchdown.
Devin Carter.
Devin Carter on the catch. Oh my goodness. "52-yard touchdown pass to Devin Carter. Comes at 2:09 of the first quarter. Here's the point after attempt coming up. It's good.
Extra point is good. Number 40,
And it's
Alex
14-0. Cedar Grove coming out and trying to atone for last year's Class 3A state championship loss, but make no mistake, there's a lot of football left to be played. So this game still very much in question, but I can tell you Cedar Grove is looking good. I mentioned earlier, Sandy Creek's offense has been able to move the football so far. So if they can keep the ball going and keep it in possession and into the end zone, maybe we'll see Sandy Creek get something out of their efforts tonight. But so far, 2 big possessions has gone for naught for Sandy Creek so far here in the first quarter. Cedar Grove, on the other hand, they have turned their 2 possessions into scores, and they lead at 14-0. Alex Thornton gives us a 21-0 update. Lee County all over Northside, Warner Robins. Benedictine 7, Wayne County 7. How about that? Kickoff. Going to be taken to the 20-yard line. And they finally booted it away. How about that? The Cedar Grove Saints band is kicking it up down below us to the right here. By the way, we will let you enjoy the entertainment from these bands coming up at halftime. So if you're a fan of the bands, and who isn't, be sure to check them out at halftime. We always love giving the coverage to the high school bands just as much as we do these football teams. All right, here we go. 14-0 now. Cedar Grove on top. Sandy Creek, though, back on offense. Let's see if they can get something going here. Throw. In and out of the hands of Latimer. Incomplete. Cedar Grove thought it was behind the line.
Second down.
But the side judge comes up quickly and says, no, it's an incomplete pass. So, second down and 10. That's going to stop the clock. 1:53 to go in the first quarter. I'm Phil Jones, your play-by-play man. Bringing you tonight's ITG Next Game of the Week with my buddy Sean Perry, Mr. Producer, on the video.
On the carry is number 2, Lattimore.
Where's your coat at?
On the stop for the Saints, number 11, Wesley Brown.
All right, third down and 7 now. Sandy Creek is up and ready to go. Cedar Grove making some last-minute defensive adjustments. Big play here for Sandy Creek. They need to convert here. Third down. Going to give it to Latimer. And they're going to bring him down after a short gain.
On the carry, number 2, Lattimore. On the stop for the Saints, number 4.
So it's going to bring up fourth down. So that is going to be the least productive drive of the night so far for Sandy Creek, as they're going to go 3 and out. And they'll have to punt it away. Dylan Pinson, the quarterback, handles the punting duties.
Dylan Pinson. Back for the Saints, number 2, Devin Carter.
Carter is back deep to return the punt. Man, Pinson can punt it, let me tell you. This is going to take a Cedar Grove roll and roll backwards, and Sandy Creek going to down that one. And so we're going to see Cedar Grove now take over right here at the end of the quarter. 45 seconds left. They lead at 14-0. They've got the ball, they got the momentum, and they got the lead. Big thanks to our friends at Baker Sports. Speaking of Baker Sports, guys, I'm going to ask your help coming up around the end of the third quarter and into the fourth quarter. And what am I going to ask y'all's help with? To help me select the player of the game for both teams. Because the player of the game tonight, just as we have done all season long, the player of the games for both teams are going to get a brand new set of shoulder pads, compliments of our friends at Baker Sports. So again, I ask the input of you guys to help me. Colson throws complete on a little button hook route. Number 5 makes the catch.
On reception for the Saints, that's number 5, Andrew Leslie.
Andrew Leslie on the catch.
For the Patriots, number 24, Dana Greenhouse.
Cedar Grove now going to run a little bit of tempo here. They're up and ready to go. Colson looks over at the staff. 3 receivers to the far side for the Saints. 1 here to the near side. Colson goes up, tells his offensive lineman something. Now he's back in the gun. Fake the jet sweep. RPO play there, and Colson going to keep it going over the 50.
First down, number 1, Elliot Colson. That's the end of the first quarter.
And we have reached the end of quarter number 1. That has belonged to the Cedar Grove Saints. Your score at the end of 1 quarter of play on the ITG Next Game of the Week is Cedar Grove 14, Sandy Creek nothing. The Game of the Week brought to you by our friends at Baker Sports and Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance, who want to remind you, with over 150 agents across the state of Georgia, surely there's an agent near you. Go to their website, guys, www.gfbinsurance.com. You see it on your screen. Type in the area that you live in, your area code or your town, and you'll find your nearest Georgia Farm Bureau agent. Let them give you a quote today. Great quotes, great policies on any kind of insurance that you are in need of. That's Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance and Baker Sports sponsoring tonight's game between Cedar Grove and Sandy Creek. We're ready to go. Quarter number 2. Cedar Grove. First down. Just on the other side of the 50, on the Sandy Creek side of the 50. Colson, look, pump fakes. Now he's getting chased out of the pocket. Looks. Going to toss it out here to the sideline. Incomplete, he just threw it away. Boy, I'm impressed with Colson. This is my first time seeing him tonight. Guys, and let me tell you, we have seen some great quarterbacks this year. We've called Carrollton Juju Lewis. We called the Carrollton East Coweta game a couple of weeks ago. Juju Lewis may be the best quarterback I've ever seen. And I've called a lot of high school football, guys. He is something special. Rumor has it, and it's just a rumor, that he may be heading to Mater D to become their quarterback. Toss out here, jump ball, incomplete. Should not be a flag. And there's not. It was mano a mano out here on this near side. Just a jump ball. Both players going for it. And I love it when they don't call a flag. Man, I hate pass interference calls. Let them play. Upson leads 7-0 on Peach County. Thank you, Lee Nicholson, for that score. Looking for anything on Camden Valdosta, if you guys get that. Third down and 10. We're 11:45, just underway in the second quarter, with Cedar Grove leading it by 2 touchdowns. Colson has got 3 receivers near side, 1 on the far side. The back is Walker. Colson going to go up, change the play. Now he wants the snap. He's got it. Short drop. Heavy pressure. Colson going to try to run away from it. Still under pressure. They've got him by the leg, and he's going to throw it away. Are they going to call him in the grasp? Boy, Colson, I tell you, if you're John Adams, you got to hold your breath when you see your top quarterback being wrapped up around the lower legs. Man, made me nervous. But he is a great one, is Colson, and he's able to get rid of that ball instead of taking the deep snap, or the deep loss, I should say, on the quarterback sack. So give Sandy Creek's defense credit, guys. They're able to finally stop this offense of Cedar Grove, and they're going to force the Saints into a punting situation, we think. You never know. Low snap. They are going to punt it. It's a low, wobbly, line drive, and ugly-looking punt, but it'll roll inside the 20. And it may have looked ugly, but it's going to get the job done for Cedar Grove. And the Saints, as Sandy Creek going to have to take over inside their own 20. The ball is spotted at the 17. So that's where the Patriots will take over. Sandy Creek, 6-2, 1-0 in region play. Cedar Grove, 3-5. They're also 1-0 in region play, but you kind of get the feelings. Just throw the records out. Doesn't really mean a whole lot.
Patriots will start on their own 17-yard line.
All right, here we go. Sandy Creek now going to take over. We're just underway second quarter with Cedar Grove leading at 14-0. Thanks so much for watching the ITG Next Game of the Week. We've got whistles. Check the call. What do we got? We're going to have a penalty on Sandy Creek.
False start, Patriots.
False start called against the Patriots, so back them up. Had a chance to talk with both of these head coaches yesterday afternoon late. I'll tell you more about the conversation I had with each of them. 3 receivers near side, 1 on the far side. Let's see if Sandy Creek actually throws it here. Pinson going to roll. Now he's going to turn it up and try to run it. Man, he took a hard hit right at the 20. Make sure everybody's okay there.
On the carry, that's number 7.
Pinson on the carry and coming up to make the hit. I'm showing it's Javon Beckford, number 52. Quick toss, complete. Short gain.
On reception for the Patriots, number 11, Jace Ferguson.
Jace Ferguson on the catch that time for Sandy Creek. Short gain, as I mentioned.
First down, Patriots.
Move the chains. It's enough for a first down, Sandy Creek. 10:30 to go here in the second quarter. Sandy Creek trying to get on the scoreboard. They've been able to move the football tonight, but have not put it in the end zone yet. Play action to Latimer. Pinson going to roll out, trying to outrun the defender. Now he's just going to chalk it up there. Incomplete. He just got rid of it. And we got another penalty flag on the play. Going to go against Sandy Creek, I think. May have an illegal man downfield. I don't know. Let's see what we get. I'm trying to find the white hat. Where you at, Mr. Crew Chief? So the penalty obviously on Sandy Creek. Second down and 15 now. Again, that 4 receiver set that we see Sandy Creek in every play with Latimer, the lone back. Pinson, the quarterback, in the gun. He'll look over the line. He'll take the snap. Play action. Throws. Complete to Ferguson. Tackle made right away by that fast pursuing Cedar Grove defense. Going to knock him out of bounds after a short gain. Guys, if you love high school football, of course I know you do, I host a show every Monday, 5 o'clock. It's called Extra Point. We talk high school football. We'll talk about all the action from this weekend. That'll be Monday, and every Monday, 5 o'clock, right here at ITG Next George's Facebook page, right where you're watching this game. Second down. Busted play, it looked like. It was kind of a cross between an RPO and I don't know what that was.
Chase Hearn.
But it didn't fool anybody. I actually think it was a busted play. Pinson was coming down the line with Latimer trailing him. Like he wanted to give it to Latimer, but they were not on the same page. So it's going to be third down and long now for Sandy Creek. Pinson is in the gun. Takes the snap. Heavy rush again coming from Cedar Grove. He throws incomplete. Right now, Cedar Grove is pinning their ears back, and they're coming after Dalen Pinson, and he has no time to throw. Heavy rush again. So it's going to bring up fourth down. Another punting situation for Sandy Creek. So after their first two possessions, they were able to move the ball down the field. These last couple of possessions, nothing doing. So Sandy Creek going to have to punt it away, and Cedar Grove should get good field position again. Pinson again going to handle the punting duties. He'll punt this one away from around his own 10-yard line. Short punt. Going to hit right at the 50. And Sandy Creek is going to down it right there at the 49. So Cedar Grove indeed going to start with good field position on the Patriots side of the 50 at their 49-yard line. They lead it 14-0. And they've got good field position, 8:39 to go in the half. Don't forget at the halftime, we'll let you enjoy the halftime entertainment of the two bands. You've got the Sandy Creek Marching Patriot Band across the way. And down below us to the right, you've got the Cedar Grove Marching Saints. All right, here we go. First and 10, Cedar Grove. Colson looks, throws, complete. Oh, what a move. Oh, boy. My goodness. What a move.
One reception for the first down. That's number 8.
Malachi Miller, number 8, made that catch. And, man, did the doozy-doo two-step and left the Sandy Creek defensive back wondering what happened. Run play. Taking it to the 30, and inside the 30 goes Walker.
For the Saints, that's 0, Bolden Walker.
Cedar Grove looking very impressive here, guys, in the first half. They lead it 14-0, and they're on the march looking for more. Cedar Grove. Second down. Colson, play action. Throws, complete. Carter on the catch.
Number 2, Devin Carter.
Man, he is so elusive. He had a couple of players out there on Sandy Creek's side. Now somebody has given the Crisp Carver Columbus score. That was last week, so they're not playing tonight. New set of downs for Cedar Grove. They got it first and 10 inside the Sandy Creek 30. Look out. Or I should say inside the 20. Big run this time.
One to carry for the Saints. That's number 4. Antonio Booker.
Antonio Booker. So, yeah, I think I got – I think Coach sent me maybe Anthony Booker. So me and the PA announcer are both having a time with our rosters tonight. So we'll try to get these names right for you guys. Booker on the carry that time, Anthony Booker.
First and goal, Saints.
So it's first and goal to go, Cedar Grove. Rematch of the Class 3A state championship game from last year. Right now, Cedar Grove is in control. Colson. Handoff. What nice shoestring tackle
Number 4.
on Booker.
Anthony Booker.
The tackle made by Rod Smith out there. A nice tackle it was, too. Wow, what a play. Justin Sizemore wants to know, what's that Carrollton Westlake score? Be good to know that. Any scores that you guys get, let me hear from you tonight. Second down. Going to give it to Booker, I think. No, that's Walker.
Touchdown.
Walker takes it in. He's a beast. Bo Walker. Takes it in from 4 yards out.
That was 0. Bo Walker.
And that makes it 20-0. It comes at 6:29 of the second quarter. Point after attempt is up, and it is good from Alex Brock. And that makes it 21-0. I got to be honest with you, didn't see this one coming. Although I did mention before the game, guys, and I think I actually mentioned this to Mr. Producer on the way up here. This is the kind of style of play Cedar Grove has, where they start off maybe a little slow. They play a heck of a schedule. And they play mostly road games. And again, it's kind of a unique situation that Cedar Grove has got in terms of the gate that they get going to these away games. It's important to a program like Cedar Grove, but so one of the rare home games they're playing here tonight, and actually it was moved here to Halliford Stadium. But you kind of get the feeling that you throw out the records, whatever's happened up to this point from Cedar Grove, it's just kind of a warm-up for what we're going to see the rest of the year. So maybe it's a surprise, maybe not. Kick, taken, and we got a penalty flag. We've got a lot of them here tonight. I'm assuming that one of the Cedar Grove players went across the line before they were able to get the kickoff. And that appears to be the case, and they're going to have to re-kick it. But Sandy Creek coming into this game, playing well, 6-2, I mentioned, 1-0 in the region. Their losses, though, came against East Coweta and against Harris County. Now, both those schools are bigger schools than Sandy Creek, so remember that. Alan Clanton says, ain't no AAA team beating them. All right, here's another try at the kick. Line drive kick taken back there inside the 20, 30. Goodness gracious. Another big hit. Oh, my goodness. Cedar Grove has come ready to play tonight.
That's number 9, Tony.
The tackle made that time by number 9, Tony Fornoy, or Forney. My buddy Rusty Cravey checking out the game. What's up, Rusty? Rusty says, be safe coming home tonight. Phil, I will, buddy. Appreciate you watching the game. Appreciate you chiming in, too. All right, here we go. Now Sandy Creek going to try to get back into this game. Listen, and if I'm Sandy Creek and I'm Coach Small, I do exactly what they just did. Give it a number 2. Now, he was pretty much the guy running the football early. Now, the last couple of possessions, they've kind of got away from that. Listen, go back to it. Why not, right? He is a heck of a running back. Just feed him the ball. I don't care what the score is. 6 minutes to go in the opening half. 6 minutes. 21-0. Cedar Grove Do not think, though, that Sandy Creek is out of this. Not as long as you got number 2. Latimer. And we've got a false start. The only problem, though, is Sandy Creek, you cannot keep making these bad mistakes. The Coach Whitehead is in the house. Says, I'm late, but I'm here. He made it. Joel Reed says Sandy Creek going to surprise some folks. France Grissom wants to know what's the Redan and Columbia score. So we got
flags on the play.
Guess what? More flags on the play, on the incomplete pass. So Carrollton Westlake 10-0. I was talking about, so the Benedictine 14, Wayne County 14. I got to be honest with you. We were looking to do that game. We were trying to decide between that game and this game. Wayne County had given us permission, and we do thank their folks over there, Coach Jabo Shaw and their athletic director, for allowing us or inviting us to come over. But they had no space. You got a TV station, I think, doing the game, and they just don't have the space. Of course, we do appreciate all of our fine friends here with the Cedar Grove, DeKalb County School District. Penalty going to be on Cedar Grove. That's a break for Sandy Creek. But we've seen some great games. I mentioned earlier we've had a chance to call Langston Hughes back in week 2. Had a chance to see Prentice Air Nolan. Had a chance to see Julian Juju Lewis. We have seen some great quarterbacks this year, great quarterback play. And we got a couple of good ones here tonight in E.J. Colson and Dalen Pinson. Pitch play here to Latimer, who's going to get to the corner. And again, guys, I'm telling you, I just keep feeding number 2 here. Just give him the ball. The great ones want the ball. The great ones seem to never get tired. The great ones get better as the game goes on if you keep feeding them. And that's what I would do. Here's Sandy Creek now. It's a pretty good drive. In fact, it's their best since their opening 2 possessions. But we're getting late. 4:44, 4:43, 2nd and 6. Give it to number 2 again. No, they're going to fake it to him. Fake me out there. Going to throw. Got him in wide open. Touchdown, Sandy Creek. Oh! Are you kidding me? Boy, they had me faked out. I got to be honest with you. I thought they had given it to number 2. So did the entire 11 on Cedar Grove's defense. But wait a minute. Wait just a minute. We've got a penalty flag.
We have a flag on the play.
I didn't see that one. Boy, that's a dagger. Just when you thought Sandy Creek had gotten back in this game, surprise, surprise, it's a penalty flag. I say that because we've seen a ton of flags in this first half, and that one is costly. So take the touchdown off the board. Now, it was a fantastic play action, though. Talk about sleight of hand from Dalen Pinson. It had me fooled. I thought Latimer had it. Connell Higgins says, Sandy Creek comeback. Don't call it a comeback. Well, I guess you have to call it a comeback. All right, so after the penalty now, Sandy Creek, Pinson going to throw it. Oh, it's intercepted. Fumbled. That's fumbled. Intercepted and fumbled. The ball's on the ground, and Cedar Grove's going to recover.
Recovered by the Saints after an interception by number 11, Wesley Brown.
Wow. Crazy turn of events there. So a crazy turn of events. Just in the last 30 seconds, it went from Sandy Creek looking like they had scored on a 41-yard touchdown pass, but they had a penalty, brought it back. Pinson, under a heavy rush, just threw an interception. The interception was fumbled. It was rolling along the ground. Everybody was trying to recover, and in the end, Cedar Grove gets it. And right now, with 4:09 to go in the first half, Cedar Grove leading at 21-0. They got a chance here to really hurt Sandy Creek with another one. Can they do it? Colson, the quarterback. What do we got? I'm hearing whistles, and Colson turns around and is asking the white hat. We've got penalty flags. Man, this thing's got sloppy in this second quarter with flags. I'm not sure what we had. Ball spotted, same place. It's 1st and 10. The ball at the Sandy Creek 34-yard line. 4:09 left to go in the half. Colson. And guess what? Penalty flag. Offsides on Sandy Creek.
Flag on the play. Offside. Patriots.
Guys, somebody's reporting Crispin Carver. That is not the case. We called that game last week. They're not playing tonight. So disregard a lot of this that you're seeing on that game. What I can tell you is happening is right here at Halliford Stadium. 21-0. Cedar Grove leads it. Mark off the 5-yard penalty on Sandy Creek. Going to replay first down, 1st and 5 now. Wouldn't be surprised to see Cedar Grove maybe take a shot at the end zone. 2 receivers far side, 1 here to the near side. Walker is the lone back. Now he'll go in motion. Colson looks. Heavy rush. Colson, there it goes. Down the middle, complete to the 10, to the 9-yard line. He threw a dart.
For the first down, number 5.
To number 5, Andrew Leslie. What a throw. Wow.
First down, Saints.
That's our first down. Cedar Grove, who right now are looking like a team on a mission. Handoff Walker. Oh, look at that. Look at that.
Touchdown, that's Leo. Bo Walker.
Bo Walker just took it in from 9 yards out. And right now, it's all Cedar Grove. Great day. I'm going to have to move them way up in the rankings. 27-0 with the point after attempt coming up. The kick is up. The kick is good.
Extra point is
Alex
good.
Brock has been perfect tonight. 4 PATs.
Alex Brock.
And with 3:46 still to go in the first half, it's 28-0. So let me tell you, my first look at Cedar Grove this year, man, we've had some great games, some great teams. This a rematch of last year's state championship game, and you saw Cedar Grove, what they've done this year. I mean, they've taken it on the chin. Only 3 wins for Cedar Grove so far. Douglas Astros, Collins Hill, and Dutchtown have represented the 3 wins. But, man, they are looking good in this one.
Kicking off with the Saints, number 40, Brock.
Man, field goal. The kicker for Cedar Grove, he does not waste time when he's kicking off. Oh, my goodness. Right now, Cedar Grove
On the reception, that's number 11.
has got a team of headhunters out there. I mean, they are just teeing off. Huge hit that time by number 13, Zawan Smith. who came down and just pulverized the return man for Sandy Creek. Wow, Cedar Grove, a team on a mission, 28-0. Now, a lot of football left to be played, so do not think for a minute that this thing is over. You'd be sadly mistaken. 3 minutes, 40 seconds left. Now, it's important for Sandy Creek to try to get something here before the end of the half. I can tell you that. 3:40, 28-0. Cedar Grove, they have come out with a barnstorming effort on offense here in the first half. The truth is, Sandy Creek, it's going to be offsides on Cedar Grove that time. Move it up 5 yards.
Offsides, Saints.
Sandy Creek has had these flashes of brilliance offensively, not able to put anything into the end zone. Remember that last drive, you had a touchdown called back, and that's been one of the problems. They just had so many penalties. Gonna let you enjoy the halftime entertainment coming up here in just a few minutes, so get ready for that. Pinson looks, throws, far side, complete, receiver. Gonna take it up to the 42-yard line. The referee says run the clock, and now, though, we've got the receiver injured as he's thrown out of bounds. Stop the clock with 3:31. It's going to be enough for a first down for Sandy Creek. Sandy Creek, your defending Class AAA state champions. They're up to the line, ready to go. Can Sandy Creek make something happen here before the horn sounds to end the first half? We'll see together. Pinson looks, fumbles the football.
Patriots recover.
Sandy Creek fortunate to get back on that one. So 2:48, 2:47. Clock continues to run. Second down. And long for Sandy Creek. They've got it at their own 38. And we got Cedar Grove is going to take a timeout. Coach John Adams and the Saints say, let's take a timeout. That'll give us a chance to tell you about our friends with Baker Sports,
Attention students,
who is proud to not only sponsor tonight's game between Cedar Grove and Sandy Creek, but they're also proud to announce the player of the game that will be announced tonight. And we'll make that announcement with your help. So what we do is ask you guys to help us around the end of the third quarter and beginning of the fourth quarter as we start to maybe find out who the top players are for both teams. We'll ask you to help us name the player of the game for both Sandy Creek and Cedar Grove. And whoever the player of the game is going to receive a brand new set of shoulder pads, compliments of our friends at Baker Sports. Man, we have had some good ones. Eric Brantley from Valdosta, Julian Juju Lewis have been a couple of the recipients of our player of the game. Who's going to get it tonight? Coming out of the timeout now, handoff right up the middle. Not much there for Sandy Creek. Going to bring up third down.
On the carry, that's number 2, Latimer.
One of the shortest runs of the game for Latimer.
Kearns.
We're down to 2 minutes to go in the half. 2 minutes. So a big play here now for Sandy Creek. They need to desperately get this first down. 150, 149 to go in the first half. Cedar Grove leads it 28-0. Taking a lot of time. That play clock already down to 10 seconds. Third and long now. Pinson going to throw it. Intercepted. Nobody there except a black shirt. We do have a penalty flag on the play. Now let's check the call and see what we get. That might be a defensive hold. Let's see.
We're excited to announce that during the upcoming football season, Georgia High School will once again honor one team from each.
Let's see what we get here. Usually when you see a penalty flag thrown back there in the defensive secondary, it's usually indicative of a defensive hold, but let's wait and see what the call is going to be.
At the end of the year, fans have a chance to pick the Deer Park football team of the year. Fans, make sure you visit.
Waiting on them to sort it out. Here comes the white hat.
Tonight, and vote for your team. Once again, the Deer Park is
so two penalties, both on Cedar Grove. We did have a holding call, defensive hold in the secondary on Cedar Grove. That penalty has been declined. There was a personal foul roughing the passer on Cedar Grove. Sandy Creek will accept that penalty. So both penalties on Cedar Grove, Sandy Creek elects to decline the defensive holding penalty. So they'll take the larger of the two penalties that will help them the most, and that was the roughing the passer penalty on the Saints. So that's going to give Sandy Creek a new set of downs, and that'll make it 1st and 10 with the ball now on the Cedar Grove side of the 50 at the Saints 47. The problem is we're running out of time if you're a Sandy Creek fan. 128, 127. Clock runs as Sandy Creek comes up to the line, ready to go. Pinson looks, steps up in the pocket. Now he's going to try to run it, and he'll take it to about the 45 before he's brought down there. Gain of about 3 the hard way. Bobby Murphy says, go Sandy Creek. We're under a minute now to go. Just got to the minute mark. Under a minute to go in the first half. Snap to Pinson. Looks. He's going to have to throw it away, is Pinson. Boy, he has been under a heavy assault from this talented Cedar Grove defensive front tonight. How many times have we seen that one? Where he's been under duress, that is. Another penalty on Cedar Grove. It's another roughing the passer penalty on Cedar Grove. So right now, that's the only thing that's keeping Sandy Creek's drive alive. Another personal foul penalty. Going to move the ball to the Cedar Grove 35. 36 is where they'll spot it. Latimer now going to go out on the edge at receiver. Intercepted. An interception.
It was an interception.
Boy, just when it looks like Sandy Creek has caught a break, they just, again, one step forward, 2 steps back. That time, Dalen Pinson tried to throw it out to Latimer, who had gone out to lined up at receiver coming out of the backfield. Pinson threw it out there to him, threw it too high. It was off the outstretched hands of Latimer and into the hands of a diving Cedar Grove defensive back. And right now, it's all Cedar Grove. 31 seconds left. Let's see if they try to take a shot here. Colson, quarterback draw, right up the middle. He'll be down or tackled at the 41.
Elliot Colson.
Tackle made that time by number 24, Dana Greenhow. Valdosta 14-7 over Camden, says Luke Cock. Bobby Murphy says, never give up on Sandy. They can do it. All kind of running room, though, for Colson. Man, what a player he is.
Saints first down, number 1, Colson.
That's going to be a Cedar Grove first down. We're at 9 seconds to go in the half. 9 seconds. We'll let you enjoy The halftime entertainment coming up, so if you love the bands, stay tuned for that. Let's see now, with 9 seconds left. So there's the bunch set to the far side. We're going to see a Hail Mary here from E.J. Colson, you would think. 4 receivers to the far side. Colson looks. Going to throw it long downfield. Incomplete, but we're going to get a defensive hold on Sandy Creek. Number 12, Rod Smith, tugged at the jersey of the receiver. 3 seconds left. Marcavius Clark says the ref that helped Sandy Creek in the state championship must not be calling the game. Ouch. All right, so move the ball up on the defensive holding. So here we go. This will be it. 3 seconds left. 3 seconds. Cedar Grove. They're going to reach for a field goal. The hold's going to come at the 34. It's a 44-yard attempt. It's a bad snap. It rolls past. It's still on the ground. Sandy Creek's going to pick it up. They're going to run it for a touchdown. Will it stand?
Halftime.
The ball was down where the Sandy Creek player who downed it at the right across the 50, I think is what they're going to say. They're still trying to sort it out here on the field. There's a penalty flag on the play. They're still trying to sort it out. Cedar Grove has gone to the locker room. Their coaches are trying to get their players back. Let's see what happens here. The snap with Sandy Creek trying a 44-yard field goal. It was a bad snap. It rolled right past the holder and the kicker. Sandy Creek picked it up. There was a man, took it to the end zone. We're trying to sort out and see what happens here. I think the half is over. I don't think anything is going to come out of this, but we'll wait and see while they talk it out down on the field. Are you kidding me? So they're trying to sort it out. We're trying to figure out what's going on here. Again, I can tell you that there's a lot of confusion right now on the field, but I believe we are going to reach halftime.
I'm an old man. I ain't in shape like I used to be.
And that is going to bring us to the end of the first half, it looks like. Still trying to sort this out on the field to see exactly what's going on. You got John Adams out there, I think trying to direct his team to head to the locker room. Darius Smiley on the other side for Sandy Creek, directing his team to do the same thing. And we have reached the end of the first half of play, where it's been all Cedar Grove here in the first half. 28-0 your score. ITG next game of the week. Thanks so much for checking things out. Obadiah Farley giving us the score. Thomasville 14-6 on Daugherty. All right, guys, real quick, your halftime review here brought to you again by our friends at Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance. and our friends at Baker Sports. First touchdown of the game came after a long run by Bo Walker. Anthony Booker able to take it in from 5 yards out. That was the first score of the night for Cedar Grove. Extra point was good. They led it 7-0. Then, on a 52-yard touchdown pass to Devin Carter, that comes at 2:09 of the first quarter. The extra point was good, and that's how we ended the first quarter with Cedar Grove up 14-0. Then at 6:29 of the second quarter, Cedar Grove would go right back to work with Bo Walker taking it in on a 4-yard touchdown run. The extra point was good, made it 21-0. And then 3:46 to go in the first half. Mr. Walker again, this time on a 9-yard touchdown run, takes it in. The extra point good. And that's where we stand here at the half with Cedar Grove on top, 28-0. We're going to let you enjoy the halftime entertainment. Cedar Grove Marching Band on the field. And we'll turn our attention and our cameras to the field. Let you enjoy the Cedar Grove Saints Marching Band while we take a break. And we'll come back shortly with the start of the second half in the third quarter in just a little bit, with Cedar Grove leading it 28-0.
Number 2, Devin Carter.
All right, guys, welcome back. Second half of play, ready to go here from Halliford Stadium. Hope you enjoyed the halftime entertainment. So far, it's all Cedar Grove in the first half. Let's see if Sandy Creek can make a stop here as Cedar Grove starts this second half with the ball. $28-0. Saints lead it, in case you missed the first half of play. Welcome into the ITG Next Game of the Week. Cedar Grove, quite impressive in the first half. Long throw, complete. Are you kidding me? Wow.
Number 16, Dean Warren.
So Cedar Grove starting off right where they are picking up, right where they left off in the first half with a big play to start the second half. And boy, here they come again. What an impressive looking bunch this is. From Ellenwood, Georgia, the Cedar Grove Saints. Man, look at Walker go. Busting it outside. He'll run out of bounds at about the 18, but another penalty flag on the play. Check out the laundry that's on the field. I said, check out the laundry that's on the field. We saw a lot of it in the first half, and we're seeing it start the second half. And it's going to go against Cedar Grove, it looks like. So they'll mark it off against the Saints. Taking it all the way back out to the 27-yard line is where they'll spot it. Just underway, third quarter. Thanks so much for being with us. It was all Cedar Grove in the first half. They lead at 28-0. The ITG Next game of the week. I was noticing that Colquitt Lowndes score a little closer than I expected. Throwing it long to the end zone, and he overshot his receiver. Incomplete.
Pass is incomplete.
Pass intended down there for number 2, Devin Carter. Going to bring up second down. We're just underway, third quarter. Thanks so much for being with us tonight. ITG Next game of the week. Let me know where you guys are checking out the game from, who you're pulling for, what team you're rooting for. Maybe if it's not one of these two teams on the field tonight, who is your team? Talk to us, guys, and remember, coming up toward the end of this quarter and maybe into the fourth quarter, I'm going to ask you guys to help me select the Baker Sports players of the game. We'll select one player from each school, and those players that you guys help me select for the player of the game going to receive a free set of shoulder pads, compliments of our friends at Baker Sports. We've given away a free set of shoulder pads, compliments of Baker Sports already this year to Juju Lewis from Carrollton, Eric Brantley of Valdosta. Colson going to roll. Now he's going to tuck it in and run it. Going to be brought down around the 18-yard line.
Elliott Colson. Fourth down.
So Colson brought down short of the first down. So let's see what they decide to do here. Let's see if they're going to reach for a long field goal like they did at the end of the first half, or if they decide to go for it. Looks like they're going to go for it. Coach John Adams, Coach Darius Smiley, two of the best in the business. Had a chance to talk with both of them yesterday. Smiley admitted had some young talent on his Sandy Creek team. Although coming into this game at 6-2, Cedar Grove, I've told you about, and Coach John Adams was telling me about some of the problems they've had defensively, but none of that tonight from the defensive side, and the offenses look good in a 28-0 lead. And Cedar Grove is going to go for it. Colson looks, got plenty of time. Elliott Colson now going to try to run it up and go for it for the first down, and he'll make it to the 10-yard line. So Elliott Colson runs for and makes the first down.
On the carry, that was number 1, Elliott Colson.
So Colson is going to give his Cedar Grove Saints a new set of downs, and they'll have it. First
and goal, Saints.
First and goal. The ball just barely touching the 10-yard line. That's why I hesitated there for a second, because I thought that maybe they could get a first down without scoring, but they're calling it first and goal to go from right at the 10-yard line. Colson's in the gun where he's been all night. He'll take it. Jet sweep. And tackle going to be made. Number 8, I guess, lost his armband. He thought that number 8 for Sandy Creek had taken it away. And that's what John Adams now is complaining about down here on this near sideline.
Second down and goal.
Second down and still goal to go. Now the ball, though, back out at the 17. So second and goal to go from the 17. Play clock is running down. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. They'll get it off. Colson, pump fakes, backs up. A lot of time. Now he's going to throw it away.
Pass is incomplete.
Had all day to throw it. Somebody give him a Coca-Cola while he's back there. Obadiah Farley asking me, Phil, you got any scores around the state? I don't, Obadiah. Hoping you guys could help me out. I saw Colquitt leading Lowndes 28-20 earlier. That one was closer than I thought. I'm understanding that Brooks is all over Irwin County. Snap to Colson. Heavy rush, but we've got a stoppage in play. What do we got?
False start, Saints.
Going to be a false start on Cedar Grove. So, again, a game that started really getting sloppy with penalties about, I'd say, late in the first quarter, and then we were plagued with the Yellow Hankies all the way through the second quarter, and now they've kicked back in here in the third quarter. 7 minutes to go in the third. 7 minutes exactly, with Cedar Grove leading it 28-0. They still got it now, goal to go, back out to the 25. Going to throw to the end zone. Incomplete.
Fourth down.
So it's going to be 4th and goal to go. Let's see if Cedar Grove reaches for a long field goal. They will indeed ask Alec Brock to try a long one. The hold is going to come. Well, let's see. The hold's going to come at the 29. Colson will hold it. Hold at the 29. It's a 39-yard field goal attempt. Snap, hold. Kick is up. No good. Not even close.
Field goal's no good.
So Brock not able to get much behind the kick. And it's going to fall short and no good. So Sandy Creek will avoid what looked like was going to be an opening drive and score to start this second half, but they are able to hold the Saints out of the end zone and off the scoreboard for now. So we're going to see the Patriots go back on offense now. Dublin 43, Jefferson County 7, says Alexander Smith. Next week, going to be bringing you Richmond Hill and Lowndes. Region 1 7A tilt. A couple of weeks we'll be at Rome. Barron Stadium for that one. But tonight we're at James Holliford Stadium for this Class 3A matchup, rematch of the state championship. Big hit. Had a couple of Saints in on that one.
On the reception as
number 8, Malachi Miller. At number 24,
Saints, number 34.
Keith Bass. Both of them in on the hit. Gain of about 6 yards on that throwing catch. Second down. Sandy Creek looking to try to get something going here. They still got time, but, man, they've got to go, and they got to go in a hurry. It's taking a lot of time. Throw complete.
On reception, number 1, Keyshawn Kinney.
That was Keyshawn Kinney making the catch from Dalen Penson. So it's going to bring up a third down situation now. Third and short. And I think Darius Smiley and Sandy Creek want to take a timeout and talk it over. That's going to give us a chance to tell you about our friends at Baker Sports, who outfit players, athletes, weekend warriors, cheerleaders from all over, and they can outfit you as well. Give Baker Sports a call today at 904-388-8126 and let them outfit you and your team today. That's Baker Sports, one of the proud sponsors of the ITG Next Game of the Week. All right, coming out of the timeout now, it's 3rd down and 2. Sandy Creek. Boy, they need to get this one. And they take a lot of time. Snap. Pinson. Going to give it to big number 2, Latimer, and I would do the same thing. Now check his forward progress.
On the carry for no gain.
And they're not going to give him any.
Latimer.
So 4th down, Sandy Creek
4th down.
needed that one, but they're not going to get it. And they're going to have to punt it away. And that's a tough break if you're a Sandy Creek fan. They needed to come out here in the 3rd quarter and make something happen if they wanted to try to get back in this game. And unfortunately, they're not going to be able to do it there. So it's going to bring a punting situation. Man, this 3rd quarter is just rolling through. We're under 5 minutes to go. And Pinson is going to go back and punt this one away. Snap. Short kick. Going to roll dead on the other side of the 50 and going to be down there at the 45. Down there to down that one was DeMarco Hayes, the junior, for Sandy Creek. So we'll see Cedar Grove go back on action now. They lead it 28-0. You kind of get that feeling that they are in control at this moment. Mr. Producer, I can't say his name. I think it's a play on. Anyway, he says, hey, pause the game. He's got to go pee. I love it. Little jet sweep here. Looked like it was going to be brought down for no gain. But
that's number 2, Bolden Walker.
But Walker, and he is something else. Listen, this Cedar Grove team,
number 10.
I'll promise you this.
Jordan.
They are the best 3 and 5 team in the state. Turns the corner. Well, you hear the oohs and the ahs from the crowd.
We got a flag at the end of that play.
Penalty flag. Check the call. Personal foul. Blow to the head. Going to go against Sandy Creek. Kids having fun, man, down there. You got to love it. The beauty of Friday night football. Colson, another flag down. You think this has got to be holding. And that's exactly what we're going to get. Man, what a sloppy game. I don't know how many penalties we've had, but it's a bunch on both teams. Hey, I want to thank our friends here with the DeKalb County School District who have welcomed us with open arms tonight for this game. And we do appreciate all of our friends, Coach John Adams, who was my first point of contact. And you want to talk about a classy guy. Both him and Darius Smiley are two of the best men in high school football, leading their respective teams. Not much there. Was Anthony Booker on the carry that time. Boy, he is a load.
Second down and long.
That Benedictine Wayne County game, pretty close. Brad Tuff, senior. What's up, Phil? Go Pack. Brad, what you got on that Colquitt game? Anybody got anything on that Valdosta Camden game? Looking for scores from around the state. Colson, deep drop. Going to fire it long downfield. He's going to overshoot everybody.
Pass is incomplete.
Pass intended down there for number 5, Andrew Leslie.
Third down.
Hawks up 79-64. How about them Hawks? Now, I know they beat Cleveland in the scrimmage game the other night. Exhibition. Can you believe it? Basketball is here. By the way, we had 3 of the Valdosta Wildcats and their coach, Coach Lee, yesterday came by the studio for a big photo shoot. Boy, right now,
On reception at 0.
complete
Walker.
to Bo Walker. Right now, Cedar Grove is just on fire. I mean, Colson can do no wrong. It is going to be 4th down, though. Let's see what Cedar, you got to figure they're kind of in no man's land here, going to go for it. So it looks like they're gonna kick it again. They're gonna punt this one away. Not sure. A lot of changes. I think they're bringing in the big package. Let's see what we get here. Oh, they're gonna try to kick it. They're gonna go for another field goal. I love it. They're gonna let Alex Brock kick it, and this is gonna be a 40-yard field goal attempt if they decide to kick it. But we've got a timeout. 2:44 to go in the third. 28-0. Cedar Grove leads it. Going to give you a chance to tell you about our friends at Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance. Are you looking for maybe a change in insurance companies? Do you want the best rates? Well, let me tell you, our friends at Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance have got some of the most affordable rates you'll find anywhere around Georgia. Go to their website, find an agent near you. Their website, gfbinsurance.com, that's www.gfbinsurance.com, and find the town and the agent nearest you. All right, so they're going to change their mind coming out of the timeout and say, let's keep the offense back on the field and let's go for it. So 4th and 5 from the 24. Coach Adams decides to keep the offense on the field to go for it. E.J. Colson with 3 receivers, far side. 2 men on the wing here on this near side. Colson throws complete to the 16-yard line. That's going to be enough for a 1st down. Right now, Cedar Grove is on fire and can do no wrong. Colson is looking splendid. He's being given plenty of time to throw. He's making some great choices. He's making some great throws, and he's showing why he's one of the best quarterbacks around. Incredible athlete. Move the chains. It's a new set of downs for the Saints. 1st and 10. Colson going to give it to Walker. Up the middle, taking it to the 15, gain of a yard.
1 carry has 0, Bolton Walker. 1 stop for the Patriots, number 15, Kevin Harvey. We have a flag at the end of that play.
Benedictine 28, Wayne County 21. So somebody was asking, the Obadiah Party was asking about Benedictine. Yeah, Luke Kromanock, their quarterback, committed to Florida State University. He's a good one. Danny Britt for Benedictine, one of the best coaches in the state. They'll certainly be contending to repeat as state champions in Class 4A once again. 1:34 to go in the third quarter after another penalty. It's going to move the ball closer to the goal line, and Cedar Grove is threatening to score again. It's Cedar Grove, Sandy Creek coming to you tonight from Holliford Stadium. The ITG next game of the week. Thanks so much for being with us tonight, guys. Cedar Grove leads 28-0. Going to try to punch it in again. Wow. I thought Anthony Booker was going to break it. He's going to be brought down. No gain on the play. Going to bring up third, maybe give him a yard. Third down and a yard. So the ball spotted at the 7.5. They've got to get it to the 6 for a first. Colson comes up to the line, barks the play to the line. E.J. Colson gets the snap. And right away, boy, a great corner blitz that time by Sandy Creek. Going to stop Walker for no gain. He lost a yard.
Carry up is 0 Bolton Walker.
Boy, what a great play that time by Sandy Creek.
Move down.
So going to bring up what will be a 4th down and long. Well, 4th and relatively long, 4th and about 5. But it's going to have to wait because we've reached the end of the third quarter. The ITG Next Game of the Week brought to you by Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance and Baker Sports with your score. Cedar Grove 28. Sandy Creek Patriots still not able to get on the scoreboard. It's nothing for the Patriots as we go to the 4th quarter of play from Halliford Stadium here in DeKalb County in the shadow of Stone Mountain. Well, it was the shadow of Stone Mountain. This is, I guess, about my 4th game I've called up here. Well, I called some good ones, man, let me tell you. Called a Tiff County MLK playoff game back in, I don't know, 2008 or so. That's when Tiff was good. Boy, they're really going through some problems. All right, so Cedar Grove going to reach for a 30-yard field goal, or are they? Actually, move it up a little bit. 32, no. 28-yard field goal, 27-yard field goal. The hold will come at the 17. That's Colson that's going to hold it. So the hold will come at the 17. It'll be a 27-yard field goal attempt. Here we go. Snap, hold, kick is up, and the kick is good. He nailed it. How about that?
That field goal is good.
Give that young man credit.
That's number 40, Alex Brock.
So Alex Brock connects for the first points of the second half, and it's going to come on the first play of the 4th quarter after we go scoreless through the entire 3rd quarter. We start the 4th quarter with a 27-yard field goal. And that's going to increase the Saints lead to 31-0. I'll be coming home soon. Actually, that's a lie. Not going to be coming home until about 3 in the morning. Kind of becomes the Friday night ritual for us here at ITG Next. Man, I got to tell you, I've never seen such a quick kick from Alex Brock or that I've seen from Alex Brock, I should say. Most kickers will get back there, they'll hold their arm up, signal that they're ready, and they'll look at their special teamers up and down the line. Not Brock. Man, when he goes back and gets set, he takes off towards the football and kicks it. You better be ready. I have never seen that before, but you got to love it. Can't be fun at the ballpark on a Friday night, can you? Finally feeling like some football weather tonight. Feeling great here at James Holliford Stadium. Cedar Grove leads at 31-0. Long throw, incomplete. A penalty flag has been thrown. Going to get a defensive hold. Hey, surprise. There's been a penalty flag thrown. Mr. Producer. It's just incredible. We can't run a play without having a flag. Now, I thought that ball was overthrown, but I guess that doesn't matter when the hold came before the pass. Defensive hold going to be called on Cedar Grove. They'll mark it off now against the Saints. So this game started off with Sandy Creek taking it down. They had a pretty good drive. Obviously, it ended without them scoring. Then their second possession, they had another nice drive down the field. So you thought that maybe we were going to see some offense tonight. In fact, I predicted that before the game. Pass in and out of the hands of Latimer, incomplete. But I said before the game, I thought we would have an offensive shootout. That's how a lot of the Cedar Grove games have been this year. But not tonight. Somebody said, Phil, just book a room up there. No, man, we got to go home. Mr. Producer says, I want to go home. Yeah, you know, it's just easier to get in the car and just boogie down I-75. What? Yeah, there you go. Got to hit Buc-ee's about 1 a.m. I have yet to go in Buc-ee's with all these trips we make late on Friday nights, and I always run into somebody at Buc-ee's at 1:30 in the morning. What a place. And believe me, it's full at that time of the morning. Another penalty flag. I think we're going to get a false start. I'm guessing. Boy, this game, the only problem, too, now, it takes forever now to get this game done.
All-Star Patriots.
Camden 14, Valdosta 14. In the third, Alexander Smith, thank you for that. Kevin Royal, Thomas County Central football coming up. They're playing at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. How about that? A Saturday afternoon special up in Middle Georgia, or down in Middle Georgia, I should say. All day to throw now. Pinson finally going to roll it. Boy, he took a hard hit that time. Got rid of it. Almost intercepted.
That pass is incomplete.
Man, you hate to see that. Dalen Pinson really took a shot.
Third down.
Third down and long now for Sandy Creek. Snap to Pinson. Looks. Throws. Wow, what a throw. What a throw. Unbelievable.
First down, Patriots.
Pinson put that one right on the money. Complete to Rich Van Zant, the junior wide receiver. What a throw.
Rich Van Zant.
Best throw of the night, I think, from Pinson. And That's going to give Sandy Creek now a first down at the Cedar Grove 35. Here come the Patriots. Snap to Pinson. Looks. Going to step up in the pocket. Now he's going to run for it. 30. Going to be brought down there at the 28. We got a Saint down. It's like he's maybe cramping. That's number 37 for Cedar Grove that is down. That's LaMarcus Parks, or at least that's what my roster shows. It looks like he's trying to stretch out his calves as the medical people for Sandy Creek, for Cedar Grove come to take a look at him. Guys, again, we're getting to that time of the game here in the fourth quarter. I want to ask you guys now to start thinking about if I had to, or if you had to pick a player of the game, which I have to do, thanks to our friends at Baker Sports, they give away a free set of shoulder pads to the player of the game for each team. So who do you think gets the player of the game for these two teams tonight? One from each team.
Fans, give that young man a hand.
And again, they're going to get a free set of shoulder pads, are the players of the game. And again, I mentioned earlier, man, we've given shoulder pads away, compliments of our friends at Baker Sports, to some really good athletes this year. So let's start thinking about that. I want to get y'all's input on who you think the player of the game should be. Pinson, deep drop, looks. Now Pinson got to step up. He's got an all-rated run, 20-15, and going to run out of bounds around the 10-yard line.
First down, number 7.
And here comes Sandy Creek now, their first serious threat of the night. Hey, a touchdown, onside kick, recovery, you never know. Elizabeth Tarantino is asking, what game you guys be at next week? We'll be at Richmond Hill. Lowndes and Richmond Hill, a big Region 1 7A battle. Pinson looks, going to step up in the pocket. It's worked for him so far. He'll get it to the 5. Right now, it looks like Pinson dropping back to throw, but I think these are called quarterback draws. He's calling his own number here, going back to throw and then just taking off on the run right up the middle. And so far, so good. Now, the question is, does Sandy Creek have enough time? We're just under 10 minutes to go in the ball game. Sandy Creek now. Second down. Going to give it to Latimer. Fighting for yardage. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. Well, I tell you, Latimer started off this game with some big-time runs, but around the middle of the second quarter, Cedar Grove really started zeroing in on number 2, Latimer, and they really had his number, not been able to break away and get anything to speak of. Elizabeth Tarantino says the quarterback for Sandy Creek, the MVP. Can't say for Cedar Grove. Brother, I cannot say your name, even though you're quite entertaining.
Offside.
Offsides on Cedar Grove. Move it half the distance. .8:47 to go in the game. ITG next game of the week takes you to Richmond Hill, Region 1 7A battle between the Lowndes High Vikings and the Richmond Hill Wildcats. All right, let's see if Sandy Creek can punch it in here for their first score of the game. 3rd and goal to go. Pinson. Let's see if he calls his own number again here. Cedar Grove is really stacking it up in the middle. I bet they think that's what he's going to do. Let's see what happens here. Pinson, short drop, going to throw it out to Latimer in the flats, and Cedar Grove going to come out and rack him up for a big loss.
On the reception, that's number 2, Latimer.
Latimer has just not been able to get anything going since early in this game. He came out really looking good, but has not been able to do anything. So what has been the best scoring opportunity for Sandy Creek is now going the wrong way. And it's going to be 4th and goal to go, but Sandy Creek is outside the 10-yard line. They're going to go forward, of course. Here they go. Pinson throws to the end zone. Intercepted.
That pass is intercepted in the end zone.
Intercepted by number 7. Lucky Rowland. And so what was the best opportunity for Sandy Creek to get on the board and maybe get back in this game is going to go by the wayside. So Cedar Grove will take over after the interception in the end zone. They'll have it 1st and 10 at their own 20. And again, Sandy Creek, yet another opportunity goes for naught. I'm going to give the player of the game for Cedar Grove to number 1, Elliot Colson. He has looked really good tonight. Still looks good. Boy, such great touch on his passes.
On the reception, that's number 2.
So who do we give it to, guys, for Sandy Creek?
Kevin Carter. First down, Saints.
Valdosta 21-14 on Camden County. That's in the 3rd. Thank you, Alexander Smith, for that update. Anybody got anything on Colquitt? Kevin Royal says, I say the guy calling the shots.
Real flag on.
Another penalty flag. So who gets our player of the game, guys? Again, Sandy Creek. What do you think? Looking for the player of the game, brought to you by our friends at Baker Sports. These players of the game for each team going to get a free set of shoulder pads. Boy, penalties have ruined this game. Not for Cedar Grove. I mean, they've been able to work around them okay, but man, penalties after penalties. We've probably had 30 penalties in this game. 1st and 15 after the 5-yard penalty marked off against the Saints. Handoff, right side. Good pursuit that time by the Sandy Creek defense, though. Stops him for no gain. 6:40 to go in the game.
On to carry number 4, Booker.
Snap. Colson throws it long. Incomplete. Fans want a flag. Not going to get it. Boy, I tell you, I think they were deserving of a flag on that one.
That pass is incomplete.
That may be one of those where Mr. Referee says, you know what? It's 31-0. Let's get out of here. There was all kind of tugging from the Sandy Creek defensive back, but that's okay. No penalty called. And I'm kind of glad for it, to be honest with you. But the Cedar Grove fans not happy. 3rd down and 15, 6:05 to go in the game. Still looking for our Sandy Creek player of the game suggestions from you guys tonight. What do you think? Colson. Going to toss it up here, near side, going to just throw it away. Packers lead Lowndes 35-27. Whoa, that's a little closer than I thought. Thank you, Waylon Polk. Checking us out tonight from St. Louis, Missouri. We've got somebody watching from Brazil tonight. Beauty of the internet. So 4th down, Cedar Grove going to have to punt it away. I think this may be Cedar Grove's first punt of the night. I think it is. Cedar Grove finally has to punt it. Maybe not. I think it's maybe the second time they've punted it. Not many, though. Look out. Look out. 40, 35, 30. Nice return from Rich Van Zant.
On reception, that's number 6, Rich Van Zandt.
Billy Guyton already throwing it out. Throwing out the trash talk. That's a 2 o'clock start tomorrow. How about that?
Just a reminder.
Thomas County Central, Houston County. What a game that's going to be. Caitlin Hunter says, I say Jace Ferguson for player of the game. That's a good one. Any more suggestions for player of the game? It might come down, guys, to the first person that scores for Sandy Creek. Man, they have threatened tonight on several occasions, but just have not been able to score. That last drop, they got it down inside the 5 and went backwards. And here they come again, trying to get their first score of the night. An option play from Pinson. Runner knocked out of bounds. So Caitlin Hunter says Jace Ferguson. Anybody else got any suggestions for player of the game? LaPrey Wallace says going to go with Rich Van Zant. Any more suggestions? Player of the game for Sandy Creek. What do you guys think? Cedar Grove band really cranking it up down here to our right. Touchdown, Sandy Creek. They finally hit.
On reception, that's number 3.
Boom.
Jace Campbell.
Jace Campbell. What a throw from quarterback Dalen Pinson on that play. And Sandy Creek has found the end zone for the first time tonight at 4 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in the game. What a throw.
Timeout, Patriots.
We've got a timeout after the touchdown taken by Coach Darius Smiley and the Sandy Creek Patriots, who are finally on the board at 4 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in the football game. It's 31-6.
We ask that as you leave each stadium, make sure you look around, make sure you have all of your personal items.
So I don't know if Smiley is thinking about maybe going for 2 here.
As you exit the stadium. Thank you in advance.
We'll find out here in just a moment. Again, a big thanks to our sponsors for tonight's game, and they sponsor our games every Friday night. Baker Sports and Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance. All right, so coming out of the timeout now, Sandy Creek, they're going to kick it. The extra point coming up. Number 41 is going to try a straight ahead kick. Sheldon Bliss, he's a freshman. You don't see many straight ahead kickers anymore. I bet he's got that steel toe shoe. Coach Smiley admitted to me yesterday, said, yeah, we've had a little trouble with our kicking game, so let's see what happens here on the point after. Here's the snap, the hole. It's a line drive kick that is good.
Extra point is good. On the extra point, that's number 41, Sheldon Bliss.
So Sandy Creek finally getting on the board. Obadiah Farley. Sandy Creek has the same fight song as Thomas County Central. We just play it 45 seconds more. That's interesting. Getting a lot of suggestions for player of the game for Jace Campbell because of the touchdown, I guess. Guys, I'm going to give the player of the game for Sandy Creek. I think it deserves to go to their quarterback, Dalen Pinson. He has been running around back there, running for his life. He's made some good plays. So let's give it to Dalen Pinson. Player of the game for Sandy Creek, who will get a free set of shoulder pads, as will Elliott E.J. Colson from Cedar Grove. They'll each get a free set of shoulder pads and join our long list of players of the game who have also received a free pair of shoulder pads all season long. Throw Usmani Crow-Ma from Lee County in that group. Maybe the best running back in the state of Georgia for Lee County. He is something else, folks. We've had the benefit of watching so many great players this year. And glad it includes tonight. Look out. Boy, Cedar Grove. Man, they're still on the attack. With the win, Cedar Grove is going to go to 4-5. They'll go to 2-0 in region play in this 5 AAA region. Sandy Creek going to fall to 6-3. They'll go to 1-1 in the region. LaPrey Wallace says, yes, he has. He deserves it. Short run, maybe a yard off the left side. We have a comedian in the audience.
That's Bolton Walker, 0.
Cedar Grove leads it 31-7, 3:30, 3:29, 3:28. Boy, they have looked good tonight. Really, the only negative thing to say has been the penalty flags. Other than that, they have played just about flawlessly. And they're still looking good. Big-time run from Anthony Booker.
Booker, sophomore running back.
Oh, man. 3:10 to go in the game, 31-7. Cedar Grove Saints, our first look at them this season. Our first look at both of these teams this year. Had a chance to watch Colquitt County's Nico Fan earlier this year. Another great quarterback. Colquitt County has got some kind of team, let me tell you. Nico Fan became the Colquitt County Schools all-time leading passing leader in as far as quarterback goes for Colquitt County. That's been a lot of them. We mentioned Juju Lewis from Carrollton a couple of weeks ago, that game that we saw against East Coweta. Man, what a quarterback he is. We've been so fortunate to have so many great quarterbacks, so many great athletes, period. Down to about 2:10 left to go in the game now. Second down. Cedar Grove may punch it in again. Well, they're running this off-tackle play with some authority. That time it'll be stopped for no gain. Player's helmet comes off. Number 13, Zajuan Smith on the carry.
On the carry for the Saints. Number 13.
Waylon Polk. Good night, Phil. We'll watch Monday from St. Louis, Missouri. Absolutely. And what Waylon is talking about, I host a show on Mondays from 5 to 6:30. You guys check it out right here. Extra Point with Phil Jones. We talk high school football. We'll talk about all the games from around the state. On Monday, we'll have a blast. Why don't you guys join me? If you've never watched the show, you'll love it. Right here, 5 o'clock on Monday, every Monday. Play clock at 1 second. They're not going to get it off. They were able to take a timeout just before the play clock expired.
Timeout Saints.
Guys, if you're not familiar with us at ITG Next, check us out. We do a lot of great stuff, and high school sports is our business. That's all we do. No college, no pro. It's all about the high school student athletes, the coaches that make it the greatest sport in the world. Check out the rankings that I do. I do a top 25 for 2 different sets of classifications. I rank the top 25 teams in class 4A through 7A, as well as classes A through 3A. So I'm going to miss this game tonight on my pick 6. I pick 6 games every week. I pick the winner. I pick the score. I had picked Sandy Creek to win this one tonight, but that is not going to happen. Third down and 6, Cedar Grove coming out of the timeout now. Snap. Handoff. Got some young guys in there, it looks like now. Number 22, Kingsley Dudley on the run. Chris Cole Jr., 19 carries, 194 yards tonight. He will certainly make my top performers list. That's another thing I want to ask you guys about. I do a top performers of the week list here at ITG Next. I usually work on that on the way home. So any other big player performances tonight, guys, let me know about it. Like now, we're down to 24 seconds left to go in this game. Any type of big performance, clock's going to stop with 20 seconds, by the way. So looking for any kind of big performance tonight from any player around the state, we'll add them to our top performers list here at ITG Next. Chris Cole Jr. certainly going to make it. How about the Cairo Syrup Makers? Benedictine beats Wayne County 38-21. Now, I had picked that game. I picked Benedictine to win it 30-14. I picked Carrollton to defeat Westlake 44-38. I picked Appling County to defeat Vidalia. I'm picking Hoco to defeat Thomas County Central tomorrow. But that makes you TCC fans happy, doesn't it? All right, 20 seconds left to go in the game. One last running play should do it. Guys, thanks so much for checking out the game tonight. Chris Cole says that Chris Cole Jr. got a touchdown too. I love that. Alan Clanton says sign off for the night. I love it. "15 seconds left. This thing will not end for some reason." Waylon Polk says Chroma from Lee County Trojans. Yeah, give me some numbers on him. I got to have the stats. So, Holy, I'm glad you watched the game tonight. I can't say the rest of your name. But thank you for watching, and thank you for the for your colorful comments tonight. Reggie Johnson wants to know who won the Colquitt game. I'm still wondering. By the way, Reggie, what a great season RJ is having. Salute to him. Great young man, great player. Short run, right side, is going to do it. The game has come to an end tonight. Caitlin Hunter, thank you for watching. Appreciate that. Guys, thanks so much for all of you watching the game. Thanks for all your comments tonight. Again, our Baker Sports Players of the Game as we wind things down for you. Baker Sports Players of the Game going to go to Dalen Pinson for Sandy Creek. And for Cedar Grove, going to give it to Elliott Colson. The Baker Sports Players of the Game will each receive a free pair of brand new shoulder pads. Representatives from Baker Sports will make sure to hand those out to those young men, and well deserved. Your final score tonight here from Holliford Stadium, 31-7. Cedar Grove wins it. They pretty much dominated this game from start to finish. Sandy Creek comes up with a late touchdown to finally get on the board, but in the end, it's Cedar Grove winning it 31-7. Again, big thanks to our friends at Baker Sports and Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance for sponsoring tonight's game. That's going to wrap us up tonight for the ITG Next Game of the Week. Hope you guys will join us Monday night for my show, Extra Point. It comes on at 5 o'clock on Mondays. And then next Friday, we bring you the Lowndes Eye Vikings and the Richmond Hill Wildcats as part of the ITG Next Game of the Week. Be sure to join us then as well. Your final score, 31-7. All Cedar Grove tonight. For Sean Perry, Mr. Producer, I'm Phil Jones saying have a great night and a great weekend. You've been watching the ITG Next Game of the Week.